Here we go. We're starting the recording, guys. Big Bucket of Chicken, episode 2.
Hi, how you doing?
Kev, how are you?
Good. That's Lou. I'm Kevin.
I'm Lou, and that's Kevin.
Good to see you.
And how's everyone? Oh, there's a camera. There it is, right there. Hey guys, how's everyone doing? It's been a week. We didn't record last week because Kevin's a parent.
Sabbatical.
Was it a sabbatical?
I like using that word.
A sabbatical?
That's good. Yeah.
Or was it just like kid stuff?
It's vacation bullshit. We don't have to get into it.
Where'd you go on vacation?
I did go. Oh, it went up to the Poconos and Camelback. Yeah, but I did go to one of those massage spas.
Spas?
You know? Or spas.
I went to a spa.
A spa. That's how they say it.
So I see what kind of weekend you had.
In the high society place. But I was feeling like they make you fill out all this information like it's you're rubbing my fucking shoulder. Like they're asking for like my social security number and like my email. Like what's gonna happen? You
have to sign a waiver. Like, sir, if you fall in love with Greta or masseuse, we're not responsible.
But I love that you like have questions like, how did you hear about us? Like it's a spa in the fucking resort. Like like I came specifically to this resort so I could go to this spa that I heard about.
How did you hear about it, sir? Well, you guys are right next to the Coke machine, so I was like, why not give it a fucking shot?
That's what I mean. Like who gives a shit? I wrote the phone book. Like I didn't know what to say. And then they're like, who did you hear about us from? Who's like raving like, oh God, you know what? You know you should go? You should go all the way to a resort to get a massage. Like don't even bother looking up places in your town that you could do it. Like go all 4 hours away and get a back rub. Get a Swedish massage from the fucking Camelback Resort.
Who'd you hear about this from? The employee who you pay at the lobby.
Right, that's what I mean.
Who checks me in. She said, hey, by the way, see that door right there? Spa.
So I wrote the guy on the street. I mean, like that's kind of what it was.
Would
right?
you recommend us to anyone? Who? My wife, who's with me here now.
Yeah, it's a couples massage, asshole. Yes, of course I'd recommend it.
I'll tell my 9-year-old about it. Kylie, would you like a massage? No. Okay. She doesn't have any money. So that. All right. We're out. That's it. Yeah,
you need to pay for this. Oh, okay. Never mind.
Lower, please. No. So okay. So that was good. Yeah. So we didn't record last week, and I ended up doing. I think I just ate like a lot of baked goods and cookies and bullshit. That's what I think I did. I've been eating like a Viking.
Really?
For the past like couple of weeks.
And that's good because I don't know if you like watched last week's episode, but we asked for sponsors and we actually got sponsors. So
we did.
I don't know if you heard, but there's a place where you can just get cookies from. It's called Carol's Cookery.
Hey Mac.
Firestone.
Still haven't seen one.
No
red
tires.
Cent.
No
One red
tire
cent
companies have wanted to touch our fucking show. But I will say this: if you mention the Big Bucket of Chicken at the door at Willie's Fun Time Fuckery, you get one free admission to the Pussy Train.
That's savings, right?
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's just like a regular train, only it's made out of pussy. So it's a little bit different, but I think you guys can handle it.
I mean, the MTA is not involved with this train, but it is a locomotive.
Yeah, and also
sexual? Is that a sexual?
I think it is. Yeah, the locomotion, right?
Yeah.
That's a song.
I got it.
It's a song about sex. It's got to be, right? What could the locomotion be about? Not a fucking train.
It's not about engineering.
It's not John Henry's song, But I also, Willie's Fun Time Fuckery, it's located in Brentwood. It's right down the street from here.
It's close by.
But some of the other things that they say, they say it's the best fuck for your buck. So I like that. And they also say, Willie, who's a really nice guy. Willie also said that he's got jiggling titties at rock bottom prices.
Rock bottom prices.
Rock bottom prices. So I'm just saying, all these things combined, I would check it out. And again, it's a proud sponsor.
It's a great deal
of the Big Bucket of Chicken.
I mean, I'm a regular, so I got the champagne sweet key.
Well, there's another one too. So I love that we said we wanted sponsors, and boom, they came out of the woodwork.
They came
for us.
through.
Carol's Cookery, Willie's Fun Time Fuckery, and more. And I want you to tell them about our third sponsor.
Is it who I think it is?
I think you know who it is.
Is it Guido's Fuck Truck?
It's Guido's Fuck Truck.
Love that guy.
Yeah. I mean, again, it's located in a parking lot that just has Mr. Softy trucks.
Well,
all right.
I think
it's right down Pioneer here.
It's right. Is that the place? Is it the place on exit 49, the Pickle Park? Is that where it's located?
Right next to the Pickle Park.
That's a different place, right?
Well, it's next to the Pickle Park. But so again, if you want to there's probably packages they sell.
Yeah.
Where you can visit Pickle Park, but you can also visit Guido's Fuck Truck. But Guido's Fuck Truck, proud sponsor of the Big Bucket of Chicken. Down to fuck. See you in the truck.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's almost like the food truck that comes to your job and like delivers like egg sandwiches from the day before. The ones that have like the green eggs and the like $4 potato chips. Just like that. Except that it's for sex. It's the same concept. The guy's a genius. Guido's a real great. He's a gem.
He's a great guy.
He's a real gem.
Yeah. He doesn't have a clean shirt in his wardrobe, but you know
does?
what?
Who does?
He still wants you to let because I had to get these out here. He said to plug all the slogans that he has. So like I said, it's come to the back of come to the back of the truck and let's fuck. He also said, get into the truck. It's time to fuck. And then he said, down to fuck. See you in the truck.
Yeah.
So he's not the most creative guy, but I'll tell you what, Guido, again, fucking savings. And that's what people are looking for these days. Yeah. Fuck Groupon.
Promo code Big Bucket.
Yeah. Also, too, if they said, mention the big bucket of chicken at Guido's fuck truck, get 5 free fuck bucks. Okay? So, again, use them at your disposal. What I'm told is that it won't get you much, but you know what? If you keep doing it, mentioning it, maybe you'll build up the fuck bucks and that'll be fun.
Well, just to clarify, just so everyone knows, the fuck bucks, I think 5 fuck bucks is the equivalent of like 1/1,000,000th of a cent or something like that. It's not really money. It's almost like Cafe Royale bucks. Back in the day, Cafe Royale had Cafe Royale bucks, and it was a big problem. So, but no, this is not that. This is like this is something you can redeem for sexual favors on the fuck truck.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's just good too because again, it has Guido's face on it too.
It's like Marlboro Miles.
Right. We'll bring some in next week. We'll show you what we're talking about. But like I said, you mentioned your name our name at the truck.
Yeah, just say Big Bucket, and you'll be treated like a prince.
Absolutely. And again, just look out for those Mr. Softy trucks. Don't get scared. Okay.
Yeah, if you see the Mr. Softy trucks, you're in the right spot. It's usually where he hangs out. But if you go past that and you're in the Pickle Park, you're in the wrong. You're in the wrong.
So
place. You've gone too far.
We apologize.
Turn around on the shoulder of the Long Island Expressway and make your way to the fuck truck.
I'll tell you what, sponsors, huh?
Yeah, we
Who knew?
did.
I mean, like I said, we got production going on.
Yeah,
we got producers.
We're moving up.
It's almost like Steven Spielberg said, you know who my next project is? Fuck E.T., fuck Private Ryan, Lou and Kevin.
Fuck Private Ryan.
I don't know. I don't know why I went from E.T. to this has nothing to do. They're like different things.
There probably is a film on the internet called Fuck Private Ryan, but we're not going to talk about that today. What I want to talk about is since last time you guys saw us, I actually did go see the Joker movie.
You did?
I did. I know you haven't, and I know Matt hasn't, so I don't want to spoil the movie, especially for those who haven't seen the movie yet. I will say that we were talking about it last week specifically because you had brought up to our attention all the really shitty reviews it was getting, just real bleak, over the top, hypersensitive, nonsense. This movie is so dark. It's like an alleyway where the end is dark and the beginning is dark. It's darkness, and it was just so I want to see this movie because we all heard whatever we heard. We saw the trailers.
Yeah.
What is the movie about? And without ruining the movie, I mean, I think a lot of what they were bitching about was there's going to be all this violence, and it's going to create copycat lone gun shooter, whatever. There's in a 2-hour movie, there's probably a grand total of 11 minutes of violence in the movie.
Really?
Yeah, it's not like a shoot 'em up. It's not like Batman. It's not like the Christopher Nolan movies at all. It's not even related. Todd Phillips, I watched I watched the movie and I was like, let me go see what this guy, because he's a comedy director.
Yeah,
old
he does
school,
the Hangover, old school. Yeah.
So I was like, what did he do? So one of the things he did that was cool was they created the score of the movie before the movie. The score is amazing, by the way. It's on Spotify. Check it out. It is a dark movie. It's a slow movie. I mean, he's basically he's a person with mental illness, and the system fails him, and he kind of becomes he kind of loses all his mental foundation. I don't want to ruin the movie. It's not like he goes crazy, grabs a a Rambo-esque M240 machine gun and starts shooting up the city. It's nothing like that.
Well, the whole thing is that was what I didn't like about these reviews. That the reviews are clearly trying to tell you that this movie is irresponsible for being made.
Yeah, it's the wrong movie to see right now.
Yeah, it's the wrong movie to see right now.
The temperament of the country and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, and again, increased security, some places not showing the movie at all.
Which is just retarded.
And then that was, again, it's, I guess you use the word agenda, but that's what it kind of seemed like.
It is 100%. Because once I saw the movie, I mean, all right, so we didn't talk about this, but I'm off from work until December. I'm on furlough, so I'm going to the movies at 11 o'clock in the morning, which is. So I went to go see the Joker. There was 7 other people.
Yeah.
And I got to be
Were you by far the youngest person there?
No. I mean, there was definitely 2 guys behind me who were probably in their late 20s or whatever. But there was 6 guys there. At no point did anyone stand up and scream. There was 2 parts where I think I laughed, but probably shouldn't have laughed. I mean, it was kind of comical. Yeah. But the movie was really good. I definitely recommend seeing it. Joaquin Phoenix was awesome, and it was a great performance. I think the reviews which made me mad because people were like talking about how violent and dark and grim and blah, and also talking about how like it's over the top, the performance and all that kind of stuff. But I really didn't think any of that.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
like,
again,
it was fine.
With reviewers, you got to take it with a grain of salt. That's why you got to see it for yourself. You make your own
definitely
decision
see it
about
for yourself.
But again, like we talked about last week with those reviews, it was just unbelievably just pretentious and just. Let the movie sink in and let people judge it for itself. Like, it's just like another one of those things where they just like you shouldn't see it. Do not see
this is the wrong time.
That's what I don't
like.
like.
And the wrong movie and the more, like, all right. So I will say one thing about the movie that was kind of funny, and it took me a while. So part of his illness is that laugh.
Yeah.
I'm sure we all saw in the trailer they kind of been leaking that laugh that
right.
kind of like it's like a weird like like this weird cackle. It kind of seems out of place. It's almost like part of his illness, where when he's confused or he's scared or he's angry, he kind of has like a weird laugh. So I was having as you do, like I posted something or my sister posted something on Facebook about the movie, and one of my cousin and his girlfriend like kind of chimed in and like, yeah, we didn't like it that much, whatever, blah blah blah. So we're going back and forth, and he's like, yeah, it's not believable because of that laugh. I was like, well, that really is a mental illness. They didn't make that up. That's
right.
a real thing. And we're going back and forth.
That's like a weird reason not to like the movie.
No, it was just like one of the things, like one of his criticisms, which is fine. I don't care. And one of the things he said I thought was great was he goes, Andy Milonakis would have been a great Joker, and he was obviously like fucking around, but I was dying. I was like, I would love to see the Andy Milonakis Joker. Like, I'm Andy Schmilishmakis. Like, so I looked up, I just like for fun, I was like, I haven't looked at an Andy Milonakis video in like fucking 20 years, and he still looks like he's 11 years old.
Well, he has that disease, right?
Is that what it is?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Is that true?
Yeah,
is that a true? Like,
that's true. Yeah.
Like he looks like a 14-year-old doughy boy. And I was watching like some of his like stuff from like 2000.
We could probably get him to come on this podcast.
We probably could. What's he doing out there? But I would now like I can't
not growing.
I can't. What's he up to? Slowly dying of a weird.
I apologize for anyone that
a weird
has
rare disease.
The same.
The Andy Milonakis disease.
I don't know.
I hope.
I'm gonna have to do a PSA next week. I'm in trouble. I'm
no,
sorry.
we're not. You're fired. Actually, I just got a text from your boss. You actually have been fired.
Really?
We haven't even posted the show yet. They heard about it.
It just says fired.
CNN's. It's trending on CNN right now, Kevin.
Oh fuck.
So anyway, so that's what it is.
So I cursed. I apologize.
Yeah, God, it's not that kind of show. I mean, we're just trying to do good things here, Kevin. We got sponsors now. Like things are going well, and then you and your green shirt are going to fuck it all up. By the way, did you get that shirt at Express for Men? By the way,
no. Express doesn't have my size anymore. I got too fat for it. Did I tell you about that? I went to Express and like. You
didn't tell me about that,
the top size of Express is 36 for jeans.
The top size.
And like I got to 38, and like I went into the changing room. I was like, oh, do you have? I tried a 36 on. I was like, oh, this doesn't fit me. Do you have something else? And like the woman was just like, she's like, oh yeah. She like smirked like kind of like that.
She's like, oh, we do have something big and tall's down the street. Yeah, Sunrise Highway.
Anything 30. Above 36, you can only buy online. And I felt like she was like going over. She's like, Tina, this man's has a 38. She's like, oh yeah, you can't be here. That's what it felt like.
Tina, do we have any curtains in the back that we can just like wrap around this?
But I did end up going online and buying them. But it's different when you can't go to a changing room, But I just felt horrible. I was like, oh, okay.
Did you get fat shamed?
Yeah, I did.
You got fat shamed.
But I'll tell you what, it's
awesome.
It's not.
Ma'am, can you show me your top sizes? Oh, yes, that's the corner over there right by the bathroom. Where
because most things that Express sells, though, is like, I don't understand how people fit into it.
Well, I understand. They're not fat.
It's just skinny jeans and this other shit.
I've never
everything's going the path of like, let's suppress our nutsack, like whatever. Like, I told you that one time, like I was,
skinny? No.
No.
In good shape? What were you going to say?
No, I was going to say, like, one time I was bought hipster clothing for, like, Christmas.
I do remember that.
Yeah, and, like, I got all these, like, skinny jeans and these Vans and these fucking, like, plaid shirts.
You had an ex-girlfriend. She was trying
and I just sat
you.
there, like, no, I just, like, I'm not going to be able to fit into this. Like, I'm not going to, like, sit there for 45 minutes trying to like get my jeans over my freaking pelvis.
Yeah, no, once you get to a certain size, your jeans clothing kind of has like a triangular shape. It's almost like a it kind of starts at a 38 and kind of ends at like a 15 or something like that.
Well, here's I'm going to just spoil this rumor for people. Like if you think that like the only way to become a hipster is just to like get jeans, like you got to lose the weight too.
Yeah.
Like you can't just be like this guy
or
trying to
because we really don't want to like make fun of anyone, Kevin. So if you're gonna stay fat, you want to be a
fucking
hipster.
Too late, man.
You can't wear the skinny jeans, but you can dress like a pirate or a Industrial Revolution era tycoon of some kind, like handlebar mustache, monocle, pipe. Not really flannelly, hipstery, but more like, you ever see the people who wear like 19th century clothing?
Yeah,
like,
that's what they do, and they have
tweed elbows.
Yeah, they have like the handlebar mustaches, and like I don't know. I feel like someone's gonna walk in right now.
They're like, this is made of gingham.
Excuse me, good sir.
Yeah,
like I don't know. Like you're right though.
It's like a steampunk pirate.
Steampunk pirate. Which is a great. I like that.
Which you could shift over to that.
If I could tell people I was a steampunk pirate, I think people would like me. I mean, it's just because I had good ring off the tongue. Right?
You'll definitely get followers on Instagram. I don't know about people liking you though. Like come on. You know what? I just want to talk about it real quick. So for those of you guys watching this on YouTube or listening to it on Anchor, Spotify, we are now on Anchor and Spotify and iTunes. And I think we'll post it. I'll post all the links in the YouTube video and on. I just today started creating the Instagram account, so we actually have a place to like share a lot of this stuff.
Oh, that's awesome.
So you're going to be able to get the podcast in a lot more places, which is
awesome and
technologically smart.
You're going to be able to access it more than you can get straws in this country. I'll tell you that, which is awesome.
Did you see that thing I sent you? See, you're not on Instagram enough. I sent you a funny video where it's like a video of like what happens when a turtle meets a straw, and they basically get into like a fist fight in the beach.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's pretty funny.
Well, I don't know if you know this, but you know what also is killing the environment?
Us?
Fucking balloons, man. Did you hear about this?
I mean, I've heard.
Hold on a second.
I've heard. Oh, you have a balloon, Kev? Can you show the kids the balloon? Oh my god.
This thing murders people.
Did you have a 5-year-old birthday party at work today? What happened?
No, I went to Party City and they have a whole Halloween section. Hence the skull on the balloon.
It's scary.
It is. It's the Grim Reaper on a balloon.
I'm scared of it.
Well, what I was saying is,
I hope it pops in your hand.
Did you know there's a helium shortage right now?
Really?
Yeah, there's a fucking helium shortage. So if you go to Party City, they only let you do 6 balloons.
They let you smell the helium.
Thank you. Yeah, there's fucking back alley helium going on right now. But it's the third helium shortage in the last 14 years. It's the first time I heard it though. But apparently they're shuttering Party Cities because the helium's going out of style. I'm serious about that.
People are dying in the helium mines, Kevin. This is not a funny joke.
The Dollar Tree has signs at the registers. Please do not ask about balloons. They are not here. Seriously. So this is
gonna be like a Tom Cruise movie, of epic, catastrophic proportions. Like, give me your best balloons, sir. You know there's no more balloons.
So I've got a quote here from Phil Kornbluth, who's a consultant who's been working in the helium industry for 36 years. We started referring to this as helium shortage 3.0. Helium shortage 3.0.
As everyone knows,
I've seen my.
I can't ever forget about 2.0 and 1.0. They were dark
But I'm
times.
saying this is the first time you ever heard about this shit, right? Well, I don't know if you noticed, but
Kev, don't ask me. Don't ask me if you don't know I know about this. I don't know about it. Just go ahead.
The other thing too is that let me ask you something. This balloon release thing. Have you ever heard about this shit? Where you go to a party and they buy 200 balloons and then to celebrate the launch of the space shuttle or the beginning of the Talladega 500.
Or slow kid's 7th birthday party.
They cut a ribbon and all the fucking balloons go up in the air. Apparently that's horrible for the environment.
Well, it definitely is. Come on.
It is though.
It's like I'm saying, thousands of condoms into the ocean.
Well, where did that tradition start? That's so annoying to me because I've been to parties where if I lose one balloon, it's like World War III. I have kids, and I'll tell you what. Let's just say you give a kid a balloon, and you tie it around their wrist. You think it's going to work out. They always find some way to loosen that goddamn string, and then all of a sudden the balloon's up in the fucking ceiling. The party shuts down. Okay, these people are just releasing 300 balloons in celebration of the fucking Day of the Dead, and meanwhile, my daughter's having a meltdown on the floor at her bar mitzvah because a balloon's stuck on the ceiling fan.
It's stuck in the ceiling fan.
And the great thing is you can't tell them we're not going to get the fucking balloon. Yeah. Go get another one. We don't have any more pink ones. Oh god damn it! All right, fine. Who has a ladder? Who has a fucking erector set? Who has something that we can go get the balloon, which happens to be at the fucking? It's like the ceiling.
The highest peak of the house.
It's a ceiling at the St. Patrick's Day church. Meanwhile, you're getting on someone's shoulder to fucking get this balloon. You know what happens too, Lou? The whole party shuts down, and meanwhile you're looking at everybody climb on top of each other like it's some guy goddamn gymnastics crew. And then, like, you get the balloon, and you know what they do? They fucking just do it again.
Yeah, there we go.
They bring it up in the ceiling.
I just noticed that you don't have helium in this balloon.
I know, because I couldn't get it.
They didn't have any.
No, they looked. I went to Party City, and I was like, can you fill me up?
Can you give me a shot?
And then they pointed to the sign, like, you know.
Oh, man, sir, it's 3.0.
I didn't do that, but there really is a 6 balloon minimum at Party City.
Have you not heard about the we're in Y2K of helium? It's the Y2K of helium.
Helium shortage 3.0. That's a real thing, man. But I was saying the reason why they're harmful to the environment is the same kind of thing what they're saying with the fucking turtles.
Yeah.
So like when they go back down to the earth, you know, a lot of them wash up on the beaches and stuff like that. Like
the water.
Yeah. So actually, I have a quote here from David Steen, who is a Georgia Sea Turtle Center research ecologist and wildlife conservationist.
Look at you.
Yeah, he said that sea turtles are at special risk because the balloon's form, shiny mylar material, and vibrant colors of rubber and latex resemble their favorite food, jellyfish, when floating in the water. And then balloons may clog a turtle's digestive system, leaving the animal to starve to death.
I mean, when I've eaten balloons in the past, it really has clogged things up.
Yeah.
But
let me ask,
gastroenterologist is not happy about that.
but let me ask you something. So have you ever seen balloon debris just all over the place before?
No, Kevin.
You've never seen it, right? But apparently,
The turtles are gobbling that shit up like popcorn.
But I'm just saying, like, according to these fucking reports, they're all over the place. But meanwhile, go down Deer Park Avenue and look at all the litter on the ground. There's garbage all over the fucking place. And again, they're targeting our precious things, like straws and balloons.
You just reminded me of something. Did you ever see that video? It's from, I think, the 80s, maybe the late 70s. I think it was like Pittsburgh or I think it was either Pittsburgh or like Baltimore, Maryland.
Yeah.
They had like a I don't know, like a bicentennial of the town, whatever the fuck it was. So to celebrate, they got, I think it was like, they had everyone in the city, plus they had people doing it like round the clock for weeks, fill up balloons with helium. I think they had something like 5 million balloons under this gigantic, like, city block size, like, net. And then to celebrate the whatever the fuck it was,
that's what I mean.
They let all the balloons go, and it literally shut the city down. Like, we can't see because
it causes power outages.
All of them came out, and like there was like 500 million tons of balloon debris. Like it like fucking shut the city down.
That's what I'm talking about, though. Like, okay, like you get a balloon every so often. It goes up. It's fine. It goes up in the sky. That's fine. But like, imagine that, like 5,000 balloons going up at once. Like, how just stupid that is.
Well, you know what makes it? I think. All right. So you talked about like, all right. Well, now most parties that we go to, like, you know, you get one balloon, the kid wants it. There's like 10 balloons or whatever the fuck it is. But as most of us, I'm sure, watching us right now talking about it, have known that like anytime something happens now, whether it's something as simple as like, a new job, or you broke your hymen, you broke your virginity, whatever I don't know what the textbook term is, but it's mostly like people having kids. There's like this weird like reveal. We're gonna reveal the sex of the kid.
Oh, then the balloons
and it started.
go up.
It started off real simple. Like I remember a couple of years ago, it was like we will bake a cake. The parents won't know, and the guests won't know. And if we cut it in, it's blue, it's a boy. If you cut it in, it's pink, it's a girl. Now, have you ever watched some of these fucking videos? It's like weird. It's like we got a 5-inch mortar and we filled it with a certain color confetti, and we're gonna shoot it at the parents. And if your mom survives, it's a boy, and if your dad survives, it's a girl. It's like, what the fuck? They have like baseballs you can hit, and it's like slow motion of like, oh my god, blue confetti. And now, you know, like it started like, you know, like so there are balloons, confetti, cake, and cupcakeries that are specifically for like, it's your first day of school. Well, you have to make a whole thing of it. We need a chalkboard. We got to get a ribbon, a medal. There's got to be a photographer there so we can take a picture of this fucking kid who's not on Instagram, but we're going to put the kid on Instagram.
Well, the balloon release is like, it's illegal some places. I know at least in like San Francisco and some other places. I just can't imagine getting arrested for that. Like, you know, like going to, Your Honor, how many balloons did he have? 400, sir. 400 balloons.
When we raided this house, we found 700 pounds of uncut mylar.
Your Honor, for the record, I'd like to say that 200 of them were SpongeBob SquarePants balloons. Okay? They weren't the regular balloons, Your Honor. They were giant SpongeBob balloons affecting the environment even more so. We at least estimate, Your Honor, that 7 sea turtles died from this one balloon. So as you can see, sir, this guy is a criminal and a murderer.
Not only that, sir, but you've broken Megan's Law. No, whatever. I don't know. Megan's Law is like about lost kids. I don't know what the fuck that is.
Seltzer water. Do you like it?
I love it, Kev.
What if you had like really nice seltzer water? What if Fiji?
Well, Kev, this is Seagram's, and as you can see from the font, it is the fanciest of the.
That is the royal crest of Seagram's, right there.
Yeah, look, it's established in Is it 16?
Holy shit.
1857.
They were drinking seltzer water in 1850. That's badass.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Like, how did they get the bubbles in the seltzer? Like, I know how champagne bubbles are created, but how did you make bubbles?
But what was it in 1857? Was it just a hole in the ground?
I think
were they just taking a bucket and like putting it in? Oh, wonderful seltzer water. Thanks, Mr. Seagram. It was in Mr. Seagram's backyard.
Johnny Seagram's a big fan. But I gotta say, like, I think back then something like seltzer was like medicine, like just like Coca-Cola was medicine at one time. It's like, oh, you got the whooping cough.
Well, Seagram's is owned by Coca-Cola. That's who distributes those.
Well,
but I was just saying, like, Seagram's has a nice crest. But did you ever have Fiji water?
I love Fiji water.
Okay,
I'm a fan.
So let's talk about Fiji water. Okay.
What do you want to know about it?
Just tell me about it. Where does it come from?
Kev,
in your travels, like I know you travel a lot. You've been on Long Island, a few other places.
Let
me ask you, when you think about Fiji, what mystical place do you think? Where does this fucking water come from?
Let me set the landscape for you.
Okay.
You're in Hawaii. Okay. You're in the volcanoes, the black ash, the real fertile soil of Hawaii.
I'm there now, by the way. You are painting this picture.
So,
is that Bob Ross? Oh, it's Lou. Never mind.
Our beautiful and holy God rains down on the mountains, and that water goes into the volcano. But it doesn't dissolve, Kev. It seeps through that volcanic rock. And then you go inside that rock. I don't know how they get it, but they go inside that rock, and they get that water filtered by volcanic rock. And they put it in those bottles for us, and now it's at your local gas station.
Holy shit. Now, you seen this? That's the bottling process? It's not down the street at the distributor?
It's got minerals. So, you can taste the minerals.
My Fiji water that I'm buying at 7-Eleven, that is coming right from the volcano?
Directly from the volcano's titty.
Holy shit. I don't know if you saw their latest Fiji commercial, but it's kind of creepy.
I haven't seen it.
It's like this really like whispery kid, and she sounds like the kid from Poltergeist. That's when she's trapped inside the TV.
That's their cornerstone.
Yeah, and this is what she said. She goes, Fiji water is a gift from nature to us to repay our gift of leaving it completely alone, bottled at the source, untouched by man. It's Earth's finest water. Next to the Poland Spring is the Earth's finest water.
Which Poland Spring
Fiji,
is
$2 more, by the way.
Yeah, you gotta, Kev, come on.
Wouldn't the commercial be better at the end?
Can you put a price tag on nature's goodness in a bottle? I don't think you can.
I know, it's not coming from volcanic rock, but I prefer Poland Spring.
Kev, from the
I would love to do a
soot.
National taste test.
Look, everyone who doesn't like Fiji, because I know people, when I crack that bottle, first of all, it's a square bottle.
It's the niceness of the bottle.
It is square.
Yeah, it's square, and it just feels fancy in your hand. Now, this is the thing for me. I would love to see like the next commercial where they just fuck with us. So, like they say all that shit, and then like at the end, like the kid just comes out and goes, "Shh, it's from the faucet.
Play with us. Play with us.
It came from the sink."
Red rum. I do actually, if I get bottled water, prefer Fiji water.
That's what I mean.
It tastes better.
How does it? That's mental. There's no way.
It's got a softness.
That's what I mean.
Kev,
You're so fancy with your fucking water.
Kev,
That's what it is, though. It's for us to believe that we pushed aside Dasani and fucking Aquafina. We're like, fuck these guys.
I believe
Fiji's got it going. They got the good water. But honestly, though, if that was the case, wouldn't you feel like you wouldn't be able to buy it anywhere? Like, to me, Fiji water should be like one of those places where like you have to go to a specific place. And fuck it, might be even a spring in a cave somewhere.
It's not a spring. It's a volcanic. It comes from the volcanic. I remember.
Have you been there?
I've never been to the islands of Hawaii and saw where the Fiji water comes, but I believe them. But I have passed.
You are so full of shit. You really fucking believe that shit? That they took it from the goddamn volcano?
It tastes like ancient water that's been purified by volcanic magma.
I don't know if you're being. I can't believe that.
There's a difference.
I can't believe that you really think that fucking water next to Poland Spring at the CVS down the street is this fucking mystical spiritual water that's going to go down your belly.
I feel good every time I put it in my mouth. That's all I'm saying. And for comparison, last time we were in Massachusetts to visit a friend in Boston, we passed like one of the like Poland Spring, because what Poland Spring did was they just bought like people's water supply and like, no, you can't have this anymore. And we passed it. I thought like, you know, as we got closer, there's like signs like, you're now gonna Poland Springs on the 2 miles up. When we passed it, I thought like, are we about to see a waterfall in the middle of Massachusetts where like they're like getting this water from? No, it's a shed where like the water well was 200 years ago, and all it is like 18-wheelers with tankers on truck just literally lining up to hose this water that comes from a fucking, it looks like it comes from
that's what it is,
like a fucking like a fire hydrant, and they're just filling it up at like the cost of nothing and then bottling that shit up. So I was like, you motherfucker.
So they lied to you. You know for a fact though that Fiji isn't lying. There's no shed next to the volcano where a truck is coming, right?
The name Fiji just tells me truth.
And I have a feeling every time you take a sip of Fiji water, you do one of those like over exaggerated like.
I do.
You fucking do, don't you? I knew it.
Kev, I'm gonna bring Fiji in next week. And I'm going to put a cup of Fiji, a cup of Poland Spring, and a cup of, I don't know.
I want a national taste test. No. Oh, piss?
And then you tell me which is better.
No, I think we should do like CVS water.
I'll do tap water.
Because everybody has their own brand of water, which is awesome. But they don't claim what Fiji does. Untouched by man.
Untouched by the hands of man.
When we bottle that shit, nothing got on the hands.
No, it goes right from the. There's like there must be, I don't know how it works, like a spigot in the side of the volcano, and they hear a rumble, and they come back later.
If one of our bottlers spills some of the water on their hands, they're immediately murdered.
No, what happens is they actually become like Hugh Jackman in the fountain. They get that water in them, and then like it's like hasn't been like filtered yet, and also it's like the fountain of youth. They just die. They become a pile of flowers or some shit. Like
I just want to get back to that. You really think that like you're drinking like better water? With
it is
Fiji.
better.
That's fucking
better.
awesome.
It tastes better.
That is so awesome that you believe that.
So people who out there who like, if you guys drink Fiji, it feels different. It has it's like a softness to it.
Oh my god, I love it. I fucking love it.
I'll get you some. I'll get you some.
I've had it before.
I don't believe.
And I think it's a mental thing that you do feel better that you spend $5 for that water bottle.
It's not. First of all, you get deals like 2 for $4. It's pretty good.
Where are you going?
7-Eleven.
There's deals for that?
They never steer me wrong at 7-Elevens.
Wait a minute. But you're saying how good it is and how like mystical and magical it is. There's fucking 2 for $4 deals
2 for $4
on it?
sometimes. Yeah.
So you're telling me I could go get a Slurpee and I can get 2 for $4 at the Fiji?
Well, all right. So Fiji comes in like 3 sizes. It comes in like that little pint bullshit size.
Is it like it, love it, gotta have it?
It's great. Okay. Then there's like the medium size, which I'm guessing is like it's like a liter, and then there's the big one. I love the big one.
I always want to say, like, we'll talk about this later on. I just want to say, just bring it back last week's conversation about the sober bar scene.
Oh, God.
Fiji would be perfect in those fucking bars. And I want to say one quote that I missed last week about that. Hannah Frischberg, who's a blogger and a journalist, writer. I don't know what the fuck she is. She said that New York City's sober bar scene is a hip oasis for booze-free fun.
Oh, boy. Okay. Before anything or anyone who calls something hip, it is not that.
Let me tell you, you know what the karaoke non-sober place is called? Juice Box Heroes. I'm not even joking.
Juice Box Heroes.
Juice Box Heroes has a sober side and a non-sober side.
I'll tell you what, if they have Ecto Cooler, I'm fucking there. Not the bullshit that they have now. It's like a fruit punch. I want the Slimer on, and I want the can of High C. Remember the cans of High C?
I do, and you had to,
It was like a keg.
Yeah, it was like motor oil.
Tap this keg, Mom. I need some green juice.
It was. The can opener had and you could slice your finger.
Oh yeah, you could go right to the hospital. You go right to the hospital. Oh, so I had a timer set. That was what we just heard.
Okay. Well, again, we appreciate you guys tuning in again. This was episode 2 of the Big Bucket of Chicken.
Episode 2, and just so again, we'll wrap it up here because we have things to do. Kevin has to be a parent. I have to go home and do something. But really appreciate. I just want to say we really appreciate the response we got on the first episode last week. I'm looking at. I think we're on this camera, Kevin. I think or is it this camera?
Listen, I don't follow the rules.
Yeah, it's this camera. We're on this camera, and we got a great response. I mean, obviously, a lot of people were watching and listening to our podcast. Like
when we say a lot of people, just people that know us.
Yeah. I mean, millions, at least a million people that we know. And we want to thank you guys for watching the podcast, for sharing it. And now there's just more ways for you to get it. So you can get it on YouTube. You can get it on, we'll obviously put it up on Facebook so you can get it for the YouTube video. But for those who want to just listen, Anchor, iTunes, Spotify, we're all over the place now.
And I just want to say one thing in closing: if anybody else is suffering through this helium shortage, please reach out to us.
Yeah, we want to hear. I want to hear.
We want to know how it's affecting you.
I want to hear the American helium.
I want to hear.
story.
I want to hear a 5-year-old's birthday party fucking ruined because they can only get 6 balloons at Party
or
City.
none. Just have the string with the balloons, but the balloons are on the floor. Just sad.
Yep, and that's the thing, kids. It's 1 balloon per kid. If you are short a balloon, you got to get rid of some kids. I'm saying that. So
well, I don't know. I don't have any kids, Kev. I don't know what that's about. I went to one 1-year-old birthday party.
Balloons and kids, you will see it. I will show you next time. I will show you the world that I live in. I will let a balloon go on purpose, and you'll see Niagara Falls, Lou.
All right, we're out of here. Thanks, guys, for watching, and have a good day, or have a good weekend, or whatever you guys want to do. Did you just kiss that, you piece of shit?
Bye.
Bye, guys. Peace out.